Okay, and now we're on to the deep flexors of the foot, and we'll start off with the popliteus muscle. This is a unique muscle in that it functions as the key which unlocks the knee. And basically, its proximal attachment is at the lateral femoral condyle, which my assistant is pointing to here. And then its distal one is at the upper part of the tibia. It's also unique in that its tendon is the only one which passes through a joint capsule. But as you can see, it rotates the leg medially, and then it laterally rotates the thigh. Okay, so we're moving on. We'll move on to the flexor digitorum longus, which is this muscle here, and it's attached at the upper 2/3 of the tibial shaft, and its tendon will pass down through the plantar aspect of the foot and down to 4 slips onto the 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th metatarsals, and then it'll go on to the very distal phalanxes of those. Its function is as a plantar flexor. It plantar flexes the ankle, and it'll flex the toes as well. And then moving on, we're going on to flexor hallucis longus, which attaches at the lower third of the lower third of the fibula. Its tendon goes down and crosses the plantar aspect of the foot, and then attaches at the hallux down to the very distal phalange again. Its main function is as a flexor. It's a plantar flexor, and it'll also flex the hallux again at the distal phalanx as well. And then we've got a muscle which is you can just see there, which is the tibialis posterior.
The deepest of them all and the strongest in the leg.
Yep, and it attaches at the upper 2/3 of the tibia, the interosseous membrane and the fibula, and it passes down behind the medial malleolus and onto the plantar aspect, and attaches to every single bone of the tarsus except the talus, with its main principal attachment at the navicular tuberosity. And as Amy's just said, it's one of the most powerful plantar flexors. Okay.
In an exam situation, you might be given the tendinous parts of some of the muscles from the posterior compartment of the leg, and it can be harder to point out which one's which there. But if you remember, if you just remember Tom, Dick, and Harry, so Tom, Dick, and Harry, which stands for posterior tibialis, flexor digitorum longus, and flexor hallucis longus. You can remember those tends to be in the correct order that way. Okay.